What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. I believe this is part 4 of the Liberty build. We're doing it in a little different order though, just because I've worked on it and done, I think, part 5 and maybe part 6 already, just because I've been waiting on a few things to come in and trying to come up with the design for part 4. So part 4 is the swing out design for the storage, and I'll kind of walk you through what we're going to do with that. So this swing out has a spare tire carrier right in the middle, which is fine, but it's kind of a poor design just because this is such a small vehicle to be able to actually mount anything on either side. So my plan is actually to take part of the last storage bed rack that I still have from the Tacoma build, and using these bolts right here, put it in here, widen out the holes, let it come out here. Pretty simple, use the T-nuts, and then I'm going to fabricate some sort of mount for the actual gas tank itself, and possibly, how'd that feel? Yeah, I'm sure that did hurt. You just walked into a door. You okay? Anyway, and then maybe the max track mounts on this side is just tough because there's a door handle right here and we can't build up because the glass swing out as well. So yeah, we're gonna kind of get into this, see what we can figure out. Okay, so I went ahead and drilled a couple holes to match up with the spare tire holder on the vehicle. I can't go too far this way because when this opens up, this part actually goes in. So that's why that's there. So the goal is when the tire's here to actually mount stuff sideways and not to have it flat, so we're not covering the taillight or the license plate if it's something a little longer. I'm gonna yap this off about right here. I don't think I'm gonna continue the storage over there. And then I'm gonna have to do something with these so we can actually get the factory bolts in here. Okay, so the main part of the rack is in. Want to be able to use the stock bolt and nut options. Just had to notch out the back so I could get an impact in there. Left the top as solid as I could and help with the structural rigidity of this. Obviously this can't hold a ton of weight, but we should be able to open it up now and not have it hit the tail light. There's actually plenty of clearance. So I'm gonna put the spare tire back on. We're gonna figure out how much clearance we actually have and figure out how to mount the rest of the equipment that I want to have on the swing out. Okay, so a little bit has changed. I decided to not put the gas tank on the back of the Jeep. That being said, it will get mounted to the Jeep somewhere, but in my current need for what I need on the back of this thing, being that this thing is actually going to get used this coming weekend, instead of putting the gas tank on the back, I think it's more important to throw max tracks on the back, because if you look, these are actually highway tires. I have not put on all-terrains yet. So plan's pretty much still the same. Still gonna do a T-nut. I'm gonna self-tap drill some angle iron in here to help kind of make this a little bit more rigid. This is some pretty cheap metal, and it's not the strongest stuff in the world. I mean, it's not really made to be used like this. It's made to be in the back of a truck bed, with multiple mounting points, so it kind of can keep its rigidity throughout. Unfortunately with this, there's only 2 mounting points, and these 2 actually had to be notched so you can actually get the bolts in. So my plan is to just throw a piece of angle iron here for now until I come up with a little bit better plan. I think I'm going to put another one on the bottom there, but I need to get some new drill bits because the drill bits I have are starting to get a little dull and it doesn't really like to go through this stuff very well. So for now, I'm just going to self-tap this in here just to help be a little more rigid. These are the mounts off the back of the Tacoma. You might recognize this from an earlier video. I'll link to it in the description if you want to see these. All I did was bend this into a 90. I'm probably going to yap this off here too, or I might just keep it for an extra hanger. I don't really know. It just kind of hangs there. I'm not too concerned about it. These are the max tracks, just the cheap Amazon ones. I have used these probably more than the expensive ones that I see on $60,000 rigs. They actually work pretty well. So that's going to get mounted here. Spare tire will still be able to fit here. It's just off for ease of access right now. And then this is also set up in a way so I can actually move this out if I need to, because I'm going to be upgrading from a 225, 75, 15 or 16, whatever's on here, to a like 65. I got still have some left over from the Tacoma, so I'm going to put them on here, and we'll just cut it out and make it clear. It'll just self-clearance, but that'll be a whole nother video. So for now, I'm just going to self-tap some screws in here. Hope this kind of gets a little bit more rigid. We'll see, because I mean, even there's no weight on this thing and it's bouncing like that, so not really sure. We're gonna try this and figure it out. All right, this is what I've come up with. It's bracketed here, it holds the whole thing. This is just a piece of weather seal, because this window comes up, I don't want it to break the window. As you can see, it is bouncing a lot, and we're not even driving at this point. As you can see, it's bolted in here. It's not the prettiest back here. I'm not terribly concerned. My plan is to get a little eye loop. It's going to go up here, and another one that's going to go up here. We're going to run a cable that's going to suck this forward like this, and it's going to hold it there and make it a little more rigid, so when we're going down the road, especially on the trails, we're not going to bust this off. I need to do a little bit of cleanup in terms of how this is all mounted. I don't know why the camera isn't focusing, but for now I'm pretty happy with that. It's not a forever thing. Eventually I'm actually going to do like a full weld mount on it, but for this weekend it will work just fine. So I'm gonna go to the hardware store, get a couple of those parts. We'll get this loaded, or get this installed, and we'll check back at that point. All right, so I got this installed. It's just some wire, little U-bolt, and then little eye bolt into the rack itself. And then when we're gonna open up the door, you just pop this off. Make sure it doesn't break the glass. Set that up there. Open it up. Weather seal is gonna do its job on the window. Pop this open. This comes open, full clearance. Now it just kind of chills there while we use this. Closing it's a little bit more of a process. Gotta watch this right here, but also that plastic part that just bumped. Lift up the glass just high enough. Shove this down under the glass. Much easier with two hands. Push it in, close it normally. Push the window down so it latches. Grab this and hook it up to right here. Again, definitely a two-handed job. But other than that, I'm gonna call that good for now. That should work for this weekend. Thank you guys for tuning in to, I believe, part 4 of the Jeep Liberty build. Part 5 is the Rhino liner, so you'll kind of see that. I did that before I did this for whatever reason. But yeah, so that'll be coming here soon. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you next time.